So listen, welcome to the
Right.
welcome to the October 20th IS 1A7 Krista McAuliffe Intermediate School PTO general meeting. First, right off the bat, I want to thank Winnie and Courtney and Carla for this yeoman's effort in getting this done. I mean, not only are we live on YouTube, but they really worked so hard in getting everybody checked in. I mean, we are so 100% legit. Only parents are in this meeting, so only parents can vote. And since it's an open meeting law regulation, anybody can view it. And those people could go to our YouTube channel and view it live as it's happening. And of course, as we always do, we will be having a archived record of this meeting on our YouTube page and on our Facebook group and page. But thank you all for all of the hard work. Once again, Krista McAuliffe comes through. So I'm very much going to just welcome you, and then I'm going to pass it back to Winnie, who is going to be the election chair this evening. We're going to do our elections for all of the executive offices for the parent-teacher organization. And after we're done with that, we're going to do the elections for the SLT, the school leadership team. And if I'm still here after we're elected, then we'll continue the meeting and do our normal stuff. So thank you again, Winnie. Unmake me a co-host so that it's 100% legit. Integrity, and then take it away.
Normal guest right now. Okay, thank you. So good evening, everyone. My name is Winnie Wong, and I will be chairing tonight's election. First off, we will have elections for the mandatory PTO positions, which include the president, recording secretary, and treasurer. We have incumbents in all of these positions who are running, and we will also solicit nominations from the floor. If any position is contested, we will allow each candidate 2 minutes to speak before we vote. So are there any questions about how this will work? Okay, so the first position is PTO president. We have one candidate, Vito LaBella. Do we have any nominations from the floor? I don't see anything in the chat, or no one said anything. So
Winnie, I'm sorry, before you continue.
At this time, we would like.
I'm sorry, I have sent messages to some members or guests to please enter your child's last name or last four digits of OSIS number. Otherwise, we'll have to remove you from the meeting before the voting happens. So please send that, respond to my message in the chat.
The Zoom user get to you?
No.
No. Are we just waiting for the person that's named Zoom user?
No, I'm waiting for the last name Chong Chen, please.
It's in the chat, Courtney.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're all set. Thank you.
Thank you. So at this time, we would like to ask Vito to introduce himself for 2 minutes.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. I will not take 2 minutes. We want to keep this moving. I've been doing this now. This is my 3rd year that I'd like to continue to do it. I want to continue to advocate for Krista McAuliffe in every single venue possible. And that's helping Mr. Berman and what he has to do in this crazy year, as well as advocating for us with the specialized high school exams, with the gifted and talented testing in the screen schools within District 20, and wherever else the advocacy will take us. So now what I'm asking you to do is allow me to use my best judgment. I'm often having to make speeches and send out resolutions, and I do so on behalf of the Krista McAuliffe community. And just please allow me to use my best judgment to continue to pursue this advocacy how I see fit. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Does anybody object to the election of Vito LaBella as president of the Krista McAuliffe PTO? Okay. Just looking, no response in the chat so far. Okay. Thank you. Vito LaBella is elected for the 2020-2021 school year.
Congratulations, Mr. LaBella.
Thank you,
Welcome
sir.
Congrats, Vito.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you agree to the election of Vito LaBella for the position of president of the Krista McAuliffe PTO? And it looks like everyone is good.
Winnie, we have a
Thank
caller
you.
in the waiting room.
What I could do is let them in and then have them speak, because I think callers don't have the chat function.
Up, I think they left.
Oh, they left. Okay, we're good to continue then. Congratulations, Vito.
Thank
The
you.
next position is PTO recording secretary. We have one candidate, Mary Ann Ortiz. Do we have any nominations from the floor? I'm not seeing anything in the chat. At this time, we would like to ask Mary Ann to introduce herself. 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Marianne Ortiz, and I currently have one child at Krista McAuliffe. My son Eric is in the 8th grade. My daughter graduated 2 years ago. She's now a 10th grader at Stuyt. And so this would be my second year as recording secretary if you choose to re-elect me to the position, and I would be very happy and proud to serve this community. Thank you.
I think Winnie may have fallen off.
I think you're right. I think we lost Winnie.
Oh, no.
So does that mean Courtney and Carla take over?
Courtney, Carla can't. Courtney, can you jump in? Do you have the script?
I do not have the script.
Can you make it up as you go? No.
Sure. I can.
I'm sure Winnie will be back in a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just texted her. I'm sure she'll be back in a minute.
Okay. So is there anyone else who's interested in running for this position, the recording secretary?
Oh, Winnie's
Oh,
back.
Winnie's back. Thank you.
You scared us, Winnie.
There she is. You have to unmute yourself, Winnie.
Sorry, I got kicked out. Okay. So does anybody object to the election of Mary Ann Ortiz as recording secretary of the Krista McAuliffe PTO? I can't see the chat. Here we go.
There's no comments in the chat right now.
Nothing's going on right now, right? All right, so thank Thank you, Mary Ann Ortiz. Mary Ann Ortiz is elected recording secretary for the 2020-2021 school year. Do you agree to election of Mary Ann Ortiz for the position of recording secretary of the Kristen McAuliffe PTO?
Yes, thank you. My hands don't show up on the.
Congratulations, Mary Ann.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. Moving on, we have the next position is PTO treasurer. So we have one candidate, Michelle Zhao. Do we have any nominations from the floor? Don't see anyone. At this time, introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Michelle Zhao.
Michelle?
Hi, can you hear me? Yes?
Yes.
All right. Hi,
Yes,
hi
we can
everyone.
hear you.
I'm Michelle Zhao. My son is actually at 8th grade. I have been the treasurer for the past year, and then I'm very happy to serve the community. If you will let me, I will continue to serve you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody to the election of Michelle Zhao as treasurer? I'm not seeing anything in the chat. All right. Thank you, Michelle. You are elected treasurer for the 2020-21 school year. Do you agree to the election of Michelle Zhao for the position of treasurer for the Kristen McAuliffe PTO?
Yes, and thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Michelle.
Thank you.
And thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have to say that the treasurer is probably the job that requires the most amount of hours put in and work. Next to, of course, Mr. LaBella, who's the Energizer Bunny, but we do thank you in advance for all of your hard work managing a really important budget. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Berman.
Mandatory PTO positions. The first non-mandatory position is PTO vice president. We have one candidate who expressed interest prior to this meeting, which is Madeline Ligori-Link. Do we have any nominations from the floor? Okay, so at this time, we would like to ask Madeline to introduce herself. You have 2 minutes, Madeline.
Thank you very much. My name is Madeline Ligori-Link. I am running for vice president of the 187 PTO. I am mom to a current 7th grader in the Academy for Scientific Research, and I have a 3rd grader in another school. I am actually currently in my 2nd year as co-president of the PS 185 PTA. I'm also an attorney with the city agency, position which I've held for 20 years. I would love to have the opportunity to serve this wonderful school community and bring any of the expertise that I have to 187. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Does anybody object to the election of Madeline Ligori-Link as vice president of the Kristen McAuliffe PTO? Okay, thank you, Madeline. You are now elected the vice president for the 2020-2021 school year. Congratulations. Do you agree to the election?
I do. Thank
for the
you very
position
much.
of vice president of the Kristen McAuliffe
Welcome
PTO?
aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh,
Congratulations.
The next
Congratulations.
non-mandatory position is PTO Vice President of Fundraising. We have one candidate, Kim Jallet. Do we have any nominations from the floor? Okay, so at this time, we would like to ask Kim to introduce herself. You have 2 minutes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kim Jallet. And in full disclosure, I am married to your newly reelected president, Vito LaBella. I have been at Krista McAuliffe more years than I can count. I've been in charge of fundraising for the last 2 years. I have a daughter in 7th grade in arts and humanities, but I do have 2 boys that have graduated and are both at Brooklyn Tech. I look forward to continuing in the role of VP of fundraising. I do know this is going to be a challenging year, and I welcome any help and any ideas that you have that can help us in this unique situation to bring funds into our PTO. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. And
Thank you,
we're very
Kim.
appreciative of all the
Yes,
work
and
that you've done and all of the funds that you've helped bring to our school, and especially those tasty bake sales.
My kids miss those, yes.
Miss them so much, but and also just a monumental amount of work. Thank you.
Thanks.
thank you. Does anybody object to the election of Kim as Vice President of Fundraising of the Krista McAuliffe PTO? Congratulations, Kim. You're the new elected VP of Fundraising for the 2020-2021 school year.
Thank you.
Do you agree to the election of the position of Vice President of Fundraising at the Krista McAuliffe PTO?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Congratulations.
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 Congratulations, Kim.
Yay.
Thank you, I think.
Maybe some virtual bake sales.
Calorie-wise, I think that's a good thing.
Can people place orders and we
The
just
next
deliver to their
non-
houses?
Oh,
Kim makes
the
the
next
best brownies,
non-mandatory position
right, Kim? You make the best
is
brownies.
Assistant Treasurer.
Mhm.
We're going to try those brownies.
Oh, my gosh.
So the next non-mandatory position is Assistant Treasurer. We have no candidate at this time. Do we have any nominations from the floor? I don't see any nominations. Okay, so Vito, I'll just move on to the next non-mandatory position.
Yep, these positions have not been filled in the past. And according to our bylaws, the duties of the non-mandatory positions are taken up by the appropriate person in the mandatory positions. So no worries, but we do want to desperately have people
All right.
participate.
Right. So the next non-mandatory position is VP of Parent Involvement. We have no candidates at this time. Do we have any nominations from the floor?
Please, someone, if you can, we would like it.
Oh, Vito, what does the position require?
Oh, that's like a test question. So I would have to read the bylaws to be exactly. I don't want to speak off the cuff without having it in front of me. But basically, just trying to recruit people. It's another position on the executive board. Really trying to get out there and get stuff in there and get parents to come and participate. Get information out. Probably work on the Facebook page, WeChat, if they are so inclined to do that and are able to do that. and any other social media or other venue that we can get people to participate.
Thank you, Vito.
I guess I'll be doing that. I rock WeChat.
I'll help.
You sure do. And Facebook. All right, moving right along. The final non-mandatory position is communications secretary. Do we have any? We have no candidates at this time. Do we have any nominations from the floor?
Yeah, and perhaps you could describe what those two positions do. Might be more.
Okay, so that's fine. I'd have to just give me a minute. I've got to find it in our bylaws. So I think you probably are allowed to make me a host again because I've been elected, just so I can
Yes.
share the screen.
Yep.
Just let me share so I can share the
Your
screen.
co-host.
Thank you. Yes. 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 Just stand by, everyone. I'm looking for the responsibilities. Election positions. Okay. All righty. Share screen. Okay. This is new for everybody, so here we go. So let's go down, and we certainly can go back to see if anybody's interested in a certain position. It's up there. That's parent involvement. Officially is the Vice President of Parent Involvement shall oversee the efforts to engage parents as volunteers. Specifically, one parent is a sixth grade representative to assist with support initiatives of the Vice President Parent Involvement as volunteers solicited in September of each year. Oversee the establishment of committee structures to ensure the IS 187 PTO is able to reach out to parents to learn their particular interests and their areas of expertise. Collaborate with IS 187 PTO membership committee. Help the 187 parent coordinator with new parent orientation. Maintain records or a database of school-wide volunteers and make these records and database available. Coordinate preparation of a new parent information package with the IS 187 parent coordinator and keep the bulletin board current. So that sounds like a lot of work. It's really not that bad. The communications secretary assumes the duties of the recording secretary when the recording secretary is unable to do so or at the president's request. Prepare and distribute electronic notices to the meetings. Oversee the 187's efforts to share information with school families and publish written materials, and specifically to ensure the maintenance and updating of the school website. Right now, website person would be great. Right now, our website is hosted by our wonderful teacher, Ms. McGarity, who takes excellent care of it, and she intuitively knows when I post something on Facebook, she intuitively grabs it and puts it up. So she does a fabulous job, but that certainly was something that we could use coordination with, and appropriate use of email systems for communication with the parent body. Again, we really just do a kind of, it's really a group effort, and we really don't necessarily worry about titles. It's all about getting the job done, and whatever has to get done, we just do it. So if you want to get involved with the executive board, those are the official titles and the official duties, but it's a group effort. It's a Herculean effort, and everybody is welcome, you know, to participate. So I'm going to unshare. I hope I know how to do that. Hold on. Did my your screen sharing is paused? Okay.
I think you need to stop it, not pause it.
Okay. Stop share. Thank you. I apologize. I'm learning too.
Thank you. So are there any nominations on the floor for
Either of those
communication
positions.
secretary or VP of parent development? Or assistant treasurer? Those are the three.
I know we have somebody out there who is a treasurer at an elementary school, and it would be fabulous if you could be assistant treasurer here so that you can fill in when we all leave this this position at some point. Okay.
All right. All right, thank you everybody for voting. Congratulations again to the 2020-2021 Executive Board of Krista McAuliffe PTO. We will now vote on the parent representatives for the school leadership team. So this year we have 3 positions open for a 2-year term. So it will be for this year, 2020 to 2021, as well as the following school year, 2021 and 2022. We currently have 2 candidates. Do we have any floor nominations for SLT parent representative? All right. We have, we have 2 candidates who expressed interest prior to this evening. So it's Stephen Chan and Madeline Ligori Link. Do we have any nominations? I don't see any more. I don't see anyone in the chat. Okay. Does anybody object to the election of Stephen Chan and Madeline Ligori Link as the SLT parent representative of the Krista McAuliffe SLT school leadership team? Oh, wait, we have a parent that expressed interest.
That's great. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Kai 685.
Yes,
Can you please-
I just heard that you only have 2 candidates. If you need one more, I would like to try.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Can we have your name?
My name's Hong. Yes, yeah, my name's Hong. My child is Jaden Kai from the 6th grade. He's a new student this year. Oh,
Great.
you want me to talk now? Oh.
No, thank you. Well, maybe, but thank you very, very much.
Okay,
I know Ms.
yeah,
Wong
yeah.
wants to get your information first.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
Winnie, just let everybody speak for 2 minutes before we go on.
Yeah. All right, so we'll start off with Stephen Chan. You have 2 minutes.
Okay, hi everybody. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Steve Chan. I'm a new parent to McAuliffe. My daughter is Elizabeth Chan in class 605. She started kindergarten 6 years ago in PS 112, and by luck, I was asked to fill in as a temporary in SLT over there, and I had no idea that I would be in that SLT for all this time. So over the last six years or so, I've come to learn how intimately the SLT works to develop a better education plan for our kids. Subsequently, I also became a PAC member over there. I've been that for the last 2 years, the Parent Advisory Council. I grew up in New York City myself. Over the last 4 decades, as an immigrant child, I faced many obstacles and difficulties. And I know that many of those hardships are still there. I would like to think that progress has been made. However, in the last couple of years, as we all know, it seems like the environment drifted a little bit, and some of these great students are being attacked and discredited. So personally, I am insulted because I know how hard my daughter and all the other children here work to be here. And here they are. So they come this far. I just want to help, do all I can to help them go a little further. Keep on reaching for the sky. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. And now can we have Madeline Ligori-Link speak?
Hi, everyone. My name is Madeline Ligori-Link. Once again, I am mom to a current 7th grader at Krista McAuliffe. I am also a product of the New York City school system. In fact, I went to school within this district growing up. While I have not served as an SLT member at 185 as co-president, I have participated in the school leadership team meetings, and I look forward to, if elected, working with the SLT at 187. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. And Hong, would you like to speak
Okay.
any further?
Okay, can you see me? Oh, just 1 second. Okay. Yes, my name's Hong. My child my child was from PS 185. He's in 6th grade now, and I have a big child has studied in Stuyvesant High School, and then now he's in University of Chicago, and now I had been through these years. I had seen like how the the SLT works to serve the parents, and they how the school leaders, the parents leaders, and the community leaders, they ally together, especially at this pandemic time. I feel they are very helpful and the support of the whole, the whole community, the whole school. And I can see my children, especially this 6th graders, can make a lot of progress. Even when he come to this school, I feel very support by them. And myself, I had administration experience back in China, and also I had some teaching experience I moved from Maryland, so I had a master's degree in Bachelor of I have an art degree, so I had also worked at adult literacy teacher, and also and in a private school I had been a Mandarin teacher, so I had teaching experience and administrative experience. So I'd like to, if I can help, okay, if I could, oh sorry, okay, if I could help to as other members to support, to serve our school community, I would be very love to do so. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hong. Thank you.
And thanks
Does
to
anybody?
our 3 candidates.
All right, so does anybody object to the election of Steve Chan, Madeline Ligori-Link, and Hong as SLT parent representative of the Krista McAuliffe SLT team? Okay, thank you, everyone. Steve, Madeline, and Hong are elected SLT representatives for the 2020-2021 school year, as well as the 2021 and 2022 school years. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in tonight's election.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's well done. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
everyone.
Vito, I'm sure you'll be getting the contact information of our 3 new representatives.
Yes.
So Carla, you could send that. Carla will, there's a form that Carla needs, all that information. So Carla, please contact those parents and get the information that you need so we can fill out that certification slip.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Am I back?
Yes, you are. I see you.
Oh, okay, Winnie, thank you so much. First off, let's everyone go to your reaction button and give Ms. Wong a hand there. Let's everyone do that because she did a fabulous job. Thank you so much for going above and beyond what she has to do to join us tonight and take care.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. So, well, thank you again for entrusting me with
welcome.
this position. And so we should move right on with our agenda. So I'm going to share screens again. So you just, again, please bear with me. I will get our agenda up. Okay, wonderful. So first up is our treasurer's report. We actually, before that, we do have an error here. We are going to, before we do the treasurer's report, we do have to approve last month's minutes. So let me get those up. I emailed everybody the minutes. If you did not get them, they are up here. And I am going to turn this over to our recording secretary, Mary Ann. We're going to allow you to read it. Mary Ann, take it away. We're going to leave this up there while you speak, if that's okay.
Okay. So I hope everyone had a chance to review the minutes from last month. Basically, we're welcoming everyone back. There was a brief update about the SHSAT discovery lawsuit, an explanation of what it is. What our position is, we are the lead plaintiff in the lawsuit and it is ongoing. Middle school and high school admissions process, there was no new information to share. PTA member donations drive is ongoing. And yeah, we talked about the upcoming SLT PTO elections, which we just had tonight. Treasurer's report, principal welcome back to everybody. And a lot of the remainder of the discussion was about what blended learning was going to look like, because that meeting was right before we were supposed to come back to the building, 1 week before they closed us down. And that's pretty much the rundown of the minutes. So if you have it in front of you, just take a few minutes to look it over. If there are any questions or comments, anything that you feel needs to be changed, please let me know. Okay. Right. So if there are no objections, then I'll make a motion to pass the minutes. Can anyone second the motion? Can we get a second for the motion? Anyone? Okay, thank you. We got your seconds, and so the motion is passed. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm getting the hang of the screen sharing thing. So next up is our treasurer's report. Our treasurer, Michelle, will go over what we have, and I will again share the report as she speaks.
Hi, everyone. So the treasurer report. So as of the closing of September, we only have two expense. One is the water supply for main office of $77.28. And then the other one is actually a 1,500, we treat our teachers welcome back to school. So that's the second expense. And then that will leave us to a balance at the end of September of $59,478.32. So if you have any question, you can let me know. So that's the, we don't have any income as of last month. And then I know Vito is going to start to talk about the fundraising event. So thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. So I got a text. I guess that those documents weren't being shared. You just got the icon. I don't know why that is. Hopefully you got the email and can look at it at your leisure. I'd like to talk about, hold on 1 second. We want to go to the agenda again. Okay, so we do have to approve our budget. Now, I'm going to try to share the screen one more time. Let me explain it before I do. Our budget is broken down into income and expenses. We actually have two separate documents that we use. The income is basically a guesstimate of what we hope to receive over the course of the year. The expenses is not really like a real budget when we have to buy something or we have obligations for something. It's more like a pre-approved expense request. So we list all of these items and we have a maximum limit of how much that we can spend on each of these categories for the school year. And if we find that we are spending more at a category, we need to spend more, then we come before you and we specifically ask. Otherwise, if it's underneath that large number, then we just go ahead and do it based upon the executive board and what the administration needs. So I'm going to try again to see if this allows me to share. I might try, if someone can text me if this doesn't get there. We're going to look at the income first. Is that screen showing? Can someone let me know?
No, Vito, when you share your screen and you open up another window, you have to go select that other window to share the new window. So if you opened up a document, you have to move the share to that document. So you're changing which part of your screen you're sharing.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if I understand that, but I will do my best to.
So when you pick share screen, it should give you an option of which part of your screen you're sharing. If you have
I'm
multiple
looking at
windows
share
open.
screen, right? And now I'm looking at. Did that work?
It just yes. Now it worked.
Look at
now we
that.
see the budget.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Marianne.
You're
We're all
welcome.
going to be Zoom experts by the time this pandemic is over.
We're going to be better than our kids.
So let's just a quick look. The 2021, the budget for this year is on the left, and then last year, this is not the exact amount that we received last year. This is more like what we would have received in a normal year. But as you can see, we cannot expect to make any money on bake sales. Box tops, we never really did it. It was only once in a blue moon we get box tops in. Corporate donations, we received that through matches and also through different requests that we received. We sent out, when we did our gala, we sent out requests to different organizations, and they did send us back some money. Other matching donations, if any of our members work with a company that provides a matching donation, we are a nonprofit, so we're a 504c3, so that most businesses require for their matching donations that the organization that they match with be an approved 504, and we are. So last year we did well with that. And the big thing is membership donations. We wanted to get all of this election stuff out of the way. So we have between now and the end of the year, and we are going to request everybody to donate what they can, but we usually ask for $187. And so between now and the end of the year, we'll be sending out letters and emails, and we're working on a platform to be able to receive these monies. So we're looking at Cheddar Up. Hopefully Madeline can help us with that. I know she has some experience. We're also looking at different PayPal and any other way that people can send us money and it goes right to the bank. And it also issues a letter so that you can use that letter for your taxes for your 2020 tax filing, right? Because all of your money that you donate to our organization is tax deductible as allowed by law. I love saying that. I feel like a commercial. Again, Spring Gala. We used to make a lot of money at the Spring Gala. That $45,000 is the total gross. It cost us about $25,000. So we usually make about $20,000 or $24,000, I think, last year. But school pictures. we make money on school pictures. Because the photographer comes in, the parents pay them, and we get a kickback. I don't know how that's going to look this year. Obviously, no one's coming into the building, so I don't even care about the $4,000. I know that our 8th grade parents want a picture of their kid. I know that our kids want a picture with their classmates. I just don't know how we're going to do that, and that's something that we're going to discuss with the administration to see logistically how we can do it. If
Is 8th grade high school?
School score sales, we usually make money on that. Again, we're going to look into doing something remotely and having like a remote thing where we have Krista McAuliffe apparel that we would send people, they would order it, make it, and they would send it directly to their residence. So we're going to look into that as well. That's all stuff that we hope to be working on. Does anybody have any questions about this income thing? Anybody? I mean, I know it sometimes looks a little weird, but does anybody have any questions? Just unmute yourself and speak. Okay, so now I'm going to stop sharing on this. I'm going to show you the expenses and share screen. It should go to this. Let's see. Okay, no, we're going to X that out. Share screening. Okay. PTO meeting docs. Right here. Is that showing up? Can someone give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down? Let me know.
It is not.
It is. Okay, let me go back to screen share. Hold on. This is just a matter of clicking on the right document, I'm sure. Yes? No?
Yes.
Here we go.
You got it. Expenses.
Wonderful. So now the current year is on the left column and 2019-2020 is on the right. Right away, let's go to AC repairs and replacement. Last year, we allocated a maximum of 15,000. This year, who knows what's going to happen? Could we ask everyone to mute? Or can somebody mute everybody when they're speaking? Winnie, can you mute everybody?
We just have to put Mr. LaBella back on.
There you go. Thank you.
Mhm.
I was losing I apologize. I was just losing my train of thought. So what we're there, let me backtrack a little bit. I want to give our principal and our staff a lot of props. Not only do they share information, they sit down and collaborate synergistically across the board. And let me tell you something, that is not standard operating procedure in every single school of this city. Mr. Berman and I agree, this money is going to the same place. So we work together to find out the best way to get the bang for our buck for our kids. And I want to thank him for being so forthcoming, so transparent. Due to his business acumen, I tell him he could be a business person. We have Krista McAuliffe, the school, has a lot of money left over right now this year. And that's because he manages his stuff so well. There are some things that he can't pay for. There are some things that we have paid for in the past that I have asked him to pick up this year, because you never know if the city's going to swoop in and take the money, and he will lose that money if he does not spend it by the end of the year. So there are things that he can't pay for. He can't pay for air conditioners. So, which is why I increased the budget from 15 to 25,000. He can't pay for staff support luncheons because it's something that the PTO can pay for our teachers and our staff. It's not something that the city can spend their money on. Now, I want to say our wonderful staff, and you've seen how wonderful they are this evening. They go above and beyond, and they really care about what's best for their kids, for our kids. Okay, so for us to spend more money on them when they are doing so much, and Mr. Berman is doing so much and taking over a lot of expenses previously that we took care of, that seems to me to be a no-brainer. So, excuse me. So that's why when we go down on these items, you're going to see some increases from what we paid for last year and the maximum amount what we're paying this year. So assemblies, we don't really think that they're going to be assemblies this year. I would love it if we could do something at the beginning of next year, January on. I don't honestly foresee it happening. Bake sales, we don't expect to have bake sales. We go right down the list, right? Carnival, that would be a wonderful thing. I doubt very much if we're going to have a carnival. If we do, by some miracle, if this thing resolves and we need money for a carnival, then we'll just come to another meeting and we'll ask for money for a carnival. I do want to we did increase the budget for staff appreciation from 5,000 to 7,500. We did also a lot of the stuff we have here, we don't come near to spending the maximum, so we didn't increase it. But for example, Miss Siddiqui was having a wonderful little pumpkin contest, a pumpkin carving contest, or was, and she asked for gift cards, and that's certainly something that the PTO is happy to provide gift cards for the kids. And she does is she pays for it out of her own pocket, and then she submits a request, and then we pay her back. That's certainly something that we're happy to pay for.
Thank you, PTO.
Thank you. Thank you for going above and beyond and doing something special for the kids.
Thanks.
So just take a quick look at this. And ordinarily, this would be in front of you. I did email it to everyone so they could look at it at their leisure. And again, these are not actual numbers. If you look at the 2019, 2020, that's not actual money that we spent. That is the money that we had, the maximum amount of money that we allocated in our previous budget for the 2019-2020 school year. So sometime when we do a final report, we will have those numbers will actually be real numbers, and we will make that available. They haven't decided when it's due. We'll get that done and we'll submit it to Mr. Berman, and it goes to the city, and it's also published on our Facebook page and our website because everything is transparent to the best of our ability. So I'm going to stop sharing. And I would like to request, I'd like to make a motion to approve the budget. If anybody objects, please raise your hand or put something in the chat. I do not see any objection. Okay, so let it show that the PTO 2020-2021 budget was approved unanimously. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. And thank you, Mr. LaBella. We do work very well together. And yes, we really understand that what we do, whether the money comes from the PTO budget or money the PTO raised or money that we got from our school budget through the city or federal funds, they all go to help the education of our students. And that's what we're here for. And that's what we spend all of our money on. So, yes. So thank you.
Well, you're very welcome, sir. And with that, we're going to go to the principal's report. Great. And then we'll follow up after Mr. Berman is done.
Thank you very much. And I want to just thank everyone for coming tonight. I especially want to thank our hosts, of course, Mr. LaBella and the fabulous Winnie Wang. I do really appreciate all of the work that she's done, not just for our PTO, but also for our school leadership team. She's really gone above and beyond, and I thank you very much for that. A very special thank you too for all of our volunteers, and you are all volunteers that you just volunteered to be on the PTA as an executive board member or as a school leadership team member, and we know you're doing it out of the best of intentions to help our entire school community be better at what we do. And I thank you, and I look forward to your contributions and working with us. I have a few things to update you on. Nothing really great, to tell you the truth, but a few things going on. One, I sent out an email earlier. Our school is not opening tomorrow. They said that we would be closed until at least October 21st. They weren't kidding. That's tomorrow. And I don't have any information to share with you about when we might open. That might be in a week or 2 weeks. It could be Friday or the day after next Monday. I just don't know. We'll let you know as soon as we know anything. I think it has a lot to do with the governor and what he decides to do. It's not a big concern for us now while we're closed, but I do have a concern about the COVID-19 mandatory testing of students and staff. I did learn today some unappealing news that teams were showing up to schools and just asking for the principal to send down groups of students to be tested. That's not what was supposed to happen. And frankly, it's not going to happen in our school. We're supposed to be notified in advance of the people who are going to be tested, and we're supposed to notify the families in advance of the testing. Schools are not being notified in advance. There's a system that we have to log on that will populate with names that's supposed to happen 3 days before the visit. What's been happening is these are getting populated with the names after they've been tested. And I can tell you that's not going to work for us if they do come when we are open. I do know that they've been coming to many schools in our district, and I know that they were at some schools today and plan to be back every week on the same day in those schools. So they're serious about the testing, and I do plan to let you know when your child will be tested. If that's going to be any different, I'll certainly have something to say about it, and I'll certainly share that with you. Those two. The other update I have for you is sort of a continuation of something that we talked about last time, and it's a significant thing for our school, and that's the enrollment process and admissions for next year. There is still no policy for admissions for next year. We are being asked to begin to prepare an open house, a virtual open house for incoming families. Principals are being asked to quote unquote sell their schools to, I guess, drum up interest. And it really remains up in the air what will happen in terms of Christa McAuliffe or other schools continuing to be a screened school, meaning have admissions criteria. The alternative that I see seems to be something along the lines of the District 15 and District 3 plans, or I'm sorry, the District 15 plan with lottery schools. And it seems that there is some degree, in fact, apparently a significant degree of favor for that particular model. I think that in the past, parents in our district have been able to shape policy. I hope they will continue to be able to shape policy, and that whatever happens, happens as a result of the wishes of the parents in District 20. And whatever those wishes are, we are here to fulfill them and satisfy them and educate students, whoever they are, who come to our school. And I look forward to doing that every year and every day. So those are pretty much the three things that I wanted to update you on. Wish I had, great news to share. Although I can share great news that in terms of our budget, we do have some money this year to spend and do some things with, in terms of maybe replacing some of our technology, providing professional development to our staff so that they can continue to refine their craft in regards to remote learning. Because I think investing in human capital is a very important and a very productive investment. So I'll end there. I'm happy to answer any questions about anything I brought up or anything I didn't bring up. There's supposed to be a really cool meteor shower tonight. So if it's not too cloudy, have a look outside and with your kids, and perhaps you might get to see some cool astronomical events going on. So, but thank you very much, everyone. I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Berman. There was one question on the grading policy. I know the DOE hasn't said anything officially. Did they give you any hint, or is it up to you?
I think a lot of things are up to us. And I think right now that's one of those things. We had a principals conference today, and it was the first item on the agenda. And very much like I'm sharing with you, that we don't have any information about it. The superintendent shared with us that he doesn't have any information to share with us about grading policies. I know parents may have some questions and some concerns about coming back to blended instruction from remote in November. I know families were told that there would be a window of opportunity to do that. Right now, our staff and our teachers are working on various assessments for children, whether they be formal tests, whether they be informal or summative or formative assessments. There are many different things going on. We were hoping to end our marking period in line with the time that students were being allowed to come back into blended. That seemed to be a good place to sort of break that first quarter. But of course, we don't know when that's going to be. And so we may just have to artificially define that date and move forward with, the end of the marking period, traditionally being on October 31st and having parent-teacher conferences shortly thereafter. We do know whether school is open after this shutdown, that all learning and instruction will be remote on election day. That would be November 3rd. There will be no people in attendance in school on that day, but remote learning will take place at home on that day. So, yeah.
Anything else in the chat? I don't see anything. Anybody have anything for Mr. Berman? Raise your hand or put it in the chat. Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Berman.
You're welcome. Thank
As
you.
always, it's a pleasure. Now I have to ask Mr. Berman and Mr. Siddiqui to put their fingers in their ears, because he mentioned something about the SHSAT and gifted and talented and screen schools. And well, I, in addition to being your PTO president, in addition to being on the CEC in District 20, I'm a founding member of Place New York City. Place New York City is an organization that advocates for the expansion of gifted and talented programs throughout the city. We advocate for screen schools. We advocate for the SHSAT. We have called, and I'm going to share my screen. We have called for, okay. Boom. Hold on, it's working. It's working. Okay, does everyone see that? Yes. Place New York City has called for an education first protest this Friday, 11 a.m. in City Hall Park. I will be sending out an email.
Vito, I'm sorry.
Showing?
Did you open it up, the flyer?
I did. Let me try again, ma'am. I'm so sorry. I can't. Did that work?
Yes. There it is.
There it is.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marianne.
You're welcome.
So look, first of all, full disclosure, I'm doing remote. Morgan, my 7th grader, is fully remote. My 91-year-old mom is with us. We are out of state. We are doing remote from Massachusetts. I'm doing the best I can with all of my obligations. And I will not be at this protest, but my friends from Place New York City will be there. And if you can be there, and if you can support this, we ask you to do so. I will be sending out emails, and I will be posting on Facebook and Twitter and WeChat to get as many people involved with this as we can. And I'm guessing this is probably the first of many times when we have to ask our parents and our families to stand up for Krista McAuliffe and the screen schools and gifted and talented. And, you know, we believe that it is a problem that Black and brown children are not in these schools in appreciable numbers. That is a problem. What we as Place New York City say is that the solution is not to do away with them, but is to make them more widespread. So, for example, gifted and talented, we're not saying we stop gifted and talented. We're saying we test every kid that's going into kindergarten to see if they would benefit from that program. So we say test all 4-year-olds. Let's see who we can bring into the program. Let's have a gifted and talented program, one classroom, 25 kindergarten kids in every single school, in every single district of the city. Because previously, that's the big driver of inequity, is that back in the day, they did away with programs like that in schools across the city. Not to get into the weeds, but very briefly, the gifted and talented test, I'm sure many of our children took that test when they were 4 years old. You need to be in the 90th percentile to get accepted into the program, right? And the 97th percentile to get accepted into the citywide program. But that's a nationwide sample. Who cares about the 90th percentile in Utah? What should have happened is it should have been the top 10, the 90th percentile for every school in that district. that should have been the class of kids for that school's gifted and talented program, right? And so these kids in those programs could then be nurtured and brought along so that, 10 years later, they can take the specialized high school aptitude test and succeed. And of course, 30,000 kids apply for it. We have 5,000 seats. That's outrageous. This mayor has had 7 years to increase the number of seats, and he should have done that. So we're going to do political advocacy. We're going to protest, and I have to watch myself. I can't go into that portion of it in this venue, but you follow me on Facebook, and you'll see where we're going to go with this. Okay? Thank you again for your support. We have to keep fighting the good fight. Any questions? I'm going to stop the share right now. Any questions on that? Okay. So, and that's, we don't ask Mr. Berman about any of this because Mr. Berman is a good soldier and he does what the chancellor and the mayor tells him to do, and our administrators do that. And so we just leave him alone and we do what we have to do. So, Mr. Berman, thank you again. I'm going to make a motion to adjourn. Did you want to say anything else before we go?
Just to thank everyone. I really appreciate your support. Really appreciate everything that you're doing for our school and for your families. Thank you for sharing your children with us. We really enjoy what we do, and we love what we do. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Motion to adjourn. I need a second. Someone second. Type it in the chat. Anything. Wave.
I second.
Thank you, Marianne. So this will be available on our YouTube channel and our Facebook. It'll be archived. And thank you so much. And everyone, stay safe.
Have a great night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.